Alright guys, so it begins. We just got a letter from Camella's lawyers that they're using. I have this first part covered up mainly because they actually identified the people in the videos. Legally, I can put that up, but for YouTube policy, they're not going to allow it. So what happens is they can complain, and then I would have to video it out. My purpose of this isn't to actually go at them directly. I want this to people understand what's going on here and what these companies are doing and all the illegal practices that they're doing and scamming people. So it's really not important what their names are, but I do want to point out that I can show this stuff and that the conversations there were not private. And I'll make a whole different video on this, talking about videoing and recording, because a lot of people are using the term private wrongly. These laws are involving wiretapping and eavesdropping. It's the same in the US as well. You can actually video, and as long as you're letting them know or they can see that you're videoing, there is no expected privacy because you're videoing them. They know that whatever you say is being recorded and can be pretty much used anywhere. So you don't have to ask them for consent. The private stuff is, for example, is a conversation, let's say you're not in, or you don't walk up to and let them know that you're recording. Now, if you walk up to two people talking and you have a recorder in your pocket and they don't know about it, that's where it's now against law because they don't know that you're recording. So it's now private, and they expect only the parties there to know about what's going on. In this particular situation, I went in there and I was videoing, and it was not private, and we didn't want to make it private. Myself and Risa both said, we're recording this. We let them know that we're recording. They can see me recording it. So it was nothing in this whole thing was private. So now we're going to get back to this letter because we can see how threatening they are. And if you see this, you can see that, I mean, they're not listing anything in this paperwork on what law I violated or what libelous actions that I'm doing. I showed the video. I mean, you guys can see what was happening. I'm just reiterating what had happened, so it's not untrue. So, for example, you can talk about and show things that are true, and obviously it's not libel or any of that kind of stuff. And again, I'll make a video just talking about that because it's going to be a pretty long video because I want to cover a few different things in dealing with that, because it's actually a pretty big and complicated thing. The whole thing about recording is that it's protected under the freedom of speech and press. So if they make any laws about you being able to record people with them knowing, like, they're violating your amendment rights, and that's both here in the Philippines and in the US. So a lot of people are confused on that, and a lot of times when they say, you know, people got arrested for videoing and stuff, well, it's usually because it's posting untruth stuff. And again, in the another video that I'm going to talk about it, I'll talk about that. Again, then it wouldn't be for videoing, it's falsely videoing and editing to make things look not as it happened. And I didn't do that. I really tried on the main video not to edit anything out. So I had everything in there. I didn't cut anything out. And I did that on purpose, is because I didn't want to do any editing to it, just to show stuff, what was happening. And so it's not liable or anything else, because the events actually occurred and it happened. And the whole reason why I needed to record it is because they're saying that I can't prove anything. So now I need to record things. So it puts more reason on why I have to record this and share this stuff, because then they're stealing my money, they're stealing everybody else's money, and there's nothing I can do about it. So that's one of the reasons why the amendments protects us with recording and doing this stuff, as long as it's not in private. And there's no way we did anything in private. They knew I was recording, they can see it, I wasn't hiding it or anything like that. And then their letter, again with their letter, they're not stating really any other examples of what law I'm violating, And they're also not going in any details on what they're putting down as libelous, other than scammers. And I believe they scammed us, and they're committing fraud by making us believe that they're using a broker, and they're not. There's no, I mean, I don't know how else you can say that. I mean, this stuff is what they're doing. So like, I don't understand how that's going to fall under this when it's true. So I just wanted to clear that up. I'm going to go ahead and show some more, because this letter is actually pretty interesting, because the end of it. So what they ended up doing is giving me demands on taking it down. Right now, they've seen it on YouTube, so I'm not going to reply to this. And also, we didn't sign for this letter, but they went ahead and gave it to us. And Risa, I didn't go down and get it, but Risa went ahead and took the letter, but they didn't make her sign for it. Where was I? So they have these demands us to take these videos down off of YouTube, stating that the conversation was private, which it wasn't, and also that I'm doing slander. And again, you guys tell me, are these things that I'm showing untruth? Leave it in the comments and let me know what you guys think. And then there are, again, and also with YouTube, on YouTube, they have their own policies. So, for example, they actually do this because they don't want to really deal with the privacy stuff, and they don't want to take the chance of being held liable for people, actually, because they're letting people put up videos. So, for example, I can put this video up not breaking any laws, but if I am actually doing slander or stuff like that, and people can be identified, YouTube doesn't want to take the responsibility of having it on their channel and have ads on their channel. So what they've done is just made it where you can't have that. So it's nothing legally that's doing it. It's their YouTube policy. So again, if they think that I'm pointing them out in any way, they can go through the steps with YouTube and have it either taken down or their faces blurred and any of their private information is taken off of that. But other than that, I have a legal right to share all the stuff that's happening to me under the freedom of the press and freedom of speech. But again, they're threatening us that they're going to turn us in and give us investigated by NBI. And again, it's this last part that I said that makes this really interested. And oh man, I'm probably gonna blur that name out. But it's this last part that makes it interested. They're saying that this letter is confidential and copyrighted. Well, their name might be copyrighted, but I don't think they have a copyright thing on this exact page, or even if you can go about doing that. So I'm not sharing any copyrighted information. So, I mean, I don't know really what they can do about that. But right here, I will share copyrighted information, because Pringles, these cans are copyrighted. And I just wanted to point that out there, that I may have some legal violations on using copyright stuff. That copyright laws is a whole different thing, because I'm not using this to sell to someone else. So I'm not really violating any copyright laws, because I'm not selling this to someone and making it think that it's under something to be sold. Hopefully some of you guys are tracking that, but I'm going to leave that there. And this being confidential. It might be confidential to them, but to me it's not. What they wrote in this letter, I've never agreed to. I have no reason to make the information that's sent to me confidential. I have no contract with them. I never agreed to having anything be confidential. And so this letter, when they send it to me, it's not confidential. And again, I'll hopefully go over that in another video. But for example, when you send a text message, once you hit send and the other party has it, it's no longer confidential. You know, like it's just how things are now. You see it all over line. It's like our modern society has so much of this stuff going on, videoing and sharing information and all this stuff, that they possibly can't enforce laws even if they had that kind of law. And again, we have it in our amendment rights that protect us to sharing stuff that isn't confidential. Like, you can't say something is confidential or private and make someone else have it, because to them it's not. To me, this isn't private or confidential. This is happening to me, and I want to make this public. They don't have a say in that. If they didn't want this being sent out in public, they shouldn't have sent it. So, I mean, I just want to make sure that they can't send me stuff and threaten me and try to tell me that it's confidential, that I can't show people what other people are doing to me. It's covered under the freedom of press. So I'm going to leave that there on this, but I did want to let you guys know that they've seen the videos, and one of my videos has been hit and the faces are blurred in it. I have thought about putting it up because, I mean, it really is a good seeing how their facial expression on when they're talking, and how you can clearly see that they're lying and making up stuff. I mean, it just is part of the video, part of my evidence, stuff like that. So I may put it up in another platform to use, to just for anybody that wants to use it. And I may also put it up in another platform, just so people can use it. I'll, give the rights to the video up so people can use it and do any memes or any kind of funny videos, because I mean, it'll help get this out there and make it public so Filipinos will know how businesses are conducting business here in the Philippines. So I think it'd be something good. And then there's a last part I wanted to cover real fast, and now I'm already forgetting what I was going to talk about. Also, I wanted to cover this about innocent individuals. You guys, I'm not giving out any of this kind of stuff. The actions that they did in the videos, that's on them. I didn't make them do it. They knew I was recording, and them lying to me and showing the stuff that I'm showing isn't me putting those words in their mouth and making them do it. They did that on their own, and they knew they were recording. I even told them that I'd be putting it on YouTube. So the innocent individuals, I mean, that's me and Risa, where we were scammed and they took our money and made us believe that we were going to get a loan, and that we were using a broker that was brokering this deal with using a sales agent. And then also that they wanted Risa to change the amount of income. So this guy, whoever wrote this, they're trying to show that the wrong innocent individuals. Because right now, we are the innocent individuals. They're the ones that were lying and doing all their unethical behavior. I mean, so I just wanted you guys to see that. So right now, since you guys sent us this video, and I know you guys are watching, I'm not going to send anything back. But I am going to put in the video that I am asking for an apology and our money back, and for you guys to start doing it legally and having fair and ethical practices and doing what the law requires you guys to do, and start being more ethical and taking care of your clients. That's something that I'm asking that you guys need to start doing. But if you guys want to give me an apology and give me my money back, I'll keep everyone else, the viewers, updated on what happens in the future. So I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully you guys can see why most people back down and don't start putting some of this stuff up. So see you guys later, guys.